Good evening, my dear students. Now in this video we are going to discuss X-ray powder diffraction method. See, it is the source of X-rays. That means X-rays are used. Okay. Then it is a rapid analytical technique primarily used for phase identification of a crystalline material. So in material science in third semester we studied unit cell, different crystals, BCC, HCP. Okay. So phase identification of the crystalline material, it is possible with this X-ray powder diffraction technique. It can provide information on unit cell dimensions, distance between neighboring atoms along x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis. The analytical material is finally ground, homogenized, and average bulk composition is determined. It is nowadays commonly used for crystal structures and atomic spacing. Why X-ray diffraction? See, crystalline substances, for example minerals, consist of parallel rows of atoms separated by a unique distance. You see here, d is the distance between C. So diffraction occurs when radiation enters a crystalline substance and it is scattered. You see here, this is the incident beam. It is falling on the surface, then it gets diffracted in this way. This is the diffracted beam and this is the angle of incidence, okay, and this is the angle of diffraction, okay. So distance and intensity of diffraction depends on orientation of crystal lattice with radiation. See, what are the basic components of XRD machine? Monochromatic X-ray source. Sample finely powdered or polished surface may be rotated against the center, and the name of the device is known as goniometer. Data collector such as film, strip, chart or magnetic medium storage. Now, how diffraction, or we can say XRD, works? X-rays are generated by cathode ray tube. Okay, X-rays are generated by cathode ray tube. It is filtered to produce monochromatic radiation. Then it is concentrated and directed towards the sample. When it strikes the sample, it produces constructive interference. See, what is constructive interference? The X-ray, the wave, the crest of X-ray wave, when it falls on the sample surface. So the particles of the sample surface, the wave of the sample and the X-ray wave, both, okay, they produce constructive interference. You see here, high voltage, this is the X-ray tube, so it produces X-rays or X-ray beam. This is the lead screen, okay, this is the crystal, and then finally it is allowed to collect on the photographic plate. So finally this is determined, or the analysis is done. Now you see here diagram. See, this is the anode, positive source. This is cathode, negative source. This is the battery, negative terminal and positive terminal. So what will happen when we start, or when we close the switch of the battery, the current starts flowing, and from the cathode the electrons get accelerated towards the anode plate. They get attracted by anode plate. Okay. See, on striking the target, okay, the energy of the metallic surface, X-rays are produced. X-rays are produced. See how working of parts you just see here. Plane mirror, then these X-rays are allowed to pass through the condenser zone. Then this is the pinhole. The magnet is also used here. So after that, mirror zone plate and soft X-ray sensitive CCD you see here, and it is interfaced with computer system, and this is the visible light microscope. See, when the diffraction takes place, Bragg's law is considered, and the equation is given by n into lambda is equal to 2d sin theta. N means it is the integer order of reflection, lambda means wavelength of the incident X-rays, d means it is the interplanar spacing of the crystal, and theta means it is the angle of incidence. You just see the diagram here. Theta means angle of incidence. This is one layer of atom. This is another layer of atom. D is the distance between the two layers of the consecutive or successive atoms. You see here. This is the angle of diffraction. These are the diffracted rays. These are the incident rays. Now applications. The electron density and accordingly the position of the atoms in the complex structures such as penicillin may be determined from a comprehensive mathematical study of X-ray diffraction pattern. Okay. The powder XRD pattern may be thought of as fingerprint of the single crystal structure, and it may be used conduct qualitative and quantitative analysis. XRD can also be used to determine whether the compound is solvent or not. Thank you.